3 kids, 2 dogs, 1 new house. Life can get busy, and if movers are loading boxes, the kids are playing outside, I may not always have eyes on Kevin and Tina and what they're up to.
Yeah, and if you're a new viewer, we should just say Kevin and Tina are not her kids. Those are her dogs.
Yeah.
So here to get us straight to the point is Christine Zaremski-Young, partner and chief legal officer with Edgar Snyder Associates. And you can hear we have a special guest as well. Chief Canine Officer Rocky is here. Look at him. Yes, he knows when to make an entrance. Yeah, all right.
Oh my gosh, he's like, I must protect this house.
I love that as soon as we started talking, Rocky was like, I want to get a word in edgewise.
Exactly.
So Christine, tell us, like, what is the most legal, what is the most common legal sort of issue for dog owners?
Well, one of the most common legal issues is being able to control and have reasonable control over your dog. So one of the things is, believe it or not, dangerous dogs aren't necessarily vicious, biting dogs. It's more how you can control your dog. If it's a large dog like Rocky and jumps on individuals, you still have a duty to control a large, overly friendly dog from knocking people over.
That's right. Yeah, Kevin likes to hug. But he's big, you know, he's a little noodle, but he's still tall, so when he puts his paws up, it can be intimidating and scary to people. So
you just need to be ready for the hug. You need to see him coming.
Exactly.
And then you're okay. Yeah.
Yep, and as a dog owner, you need to know your dog and know your dog's behaviors and understand in those circumstances, take extra precautions.
Right.
Let's talk about some leash laws and what people need to be aware of.
Oh, that's an excellent question. Here in Pennsylvania, as well as the city of Pittsburgh, anytime you take your dog off a premises, you do have to keep him or her on a leash, and you have to have him or her under reasonable control.
Okay.
And believe it or not, here in the city of Pittsburgh, you actually are required to not have a leash longer than 6 feet long.
Oh, that's interesting.
Ready?
Wait. Say that again. You're not required to have a leash with.
Oh, you are required to have a leash that does not exceed 6 feet.
Does not exceed 6 feet long.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Toss
Oh
it over.
yes, I think the toy will help.
Oh, I think he's like,
Rocky wants his little buddy with him. Yeah.
All
right. So let's talk about, I mean, the worst case scenario, if your dog actually bites somebody on your property, like how liable are you at that point, or does it depend on who the person is actually?
It actually depends on if you knew or should have known that your dog would act in that particular capacity.
Okay.
So if you knew or should have known or had reason to believe that your dog would bite or attack somebody, you should take the preventions and the precautions to keep that from happening. But if your dog does do that, it really boils down to, again, did you know about it ahead of time? And were there things that you could have done to prevent that from happening?
Now, if it's an intruder, does it make a difference?
It does make a difference. If somebody's trespassing, the level of care is different. So you still do have some responsibility for somebody who's trespassing, but it's not the same as if you invited somebody over.
Rocky, come here. What are you doing? Who are you barking at? Who is it? Is it the camera? Sometimes they bark at the camera.
Does he
or
see his
themselves.
reflection in the lens?
It's so funny.
Oh, I think it's the reflection. He does that in the mirror all the time. That's probably what it is.
Can we talk about just some do's and don'ts with dog ownership? As we mentioned, keeping them on a leash, but training is also really important. And this all falls back on the dog owner. It is our responsibility to make sure that they are trained appropriately and that we know the behaviors of our pets.
Oh, exactly. Yes, it's, again, know your pet. Predict that he's going to be barking at cameras this morning. But also it's training your dog to act appropriately under circumstances. And actually at Edgar Snyder, we have partnered with Animal Friends. And we do offer on a quarterly basis training. And we have a scholarship that's available. So if anybody's interested, I know Rocky has gone through one session. He's probably going to go through another session. But if you visit our website at www.edgarsnyder.com, you can find out information about how to apply and how to obtain that scholarship to help train your dog.
It's so funny because here in the newsroom, you know, we hear things that are coming over the scanner all the time. And there are some people who call if a dog is barking too much. That seems to be one of those things that's out of people's control. That's one of the things you can't control, right?
You can't control it, but you can do the proper training and actually go through and work with a trainer to mitigate and to lessen the amount of barking.
I tell you what, it doesn't matter if it's a squirrel, the mailman, a neighbor, our dogs are in the window.
They're ready.
Just barking.
Yes.
Just barking.
And Rocky just wants to bark at all of you at home.
Yeah,
say
exactly.
hi. Yes.
Mostly himself. Thank you so much for coming, Dan.
Thank you,
It was
guys.
a pleasure to get to meet Rocky, too. This was so perfect.
Thank you, Rocky. Thank you, Christine.
He
We
looks so
appreciate
proud
it.
of himself.
I know he does.
He's like, I did a
I
good
did
job,
that quite
Mom.
well. Yes. Well, for more info, head to our website. We have a link for you right there. And tune in next month for another conversation straight to the point. In fact, next month we're talking bikes. It will probably be a much quieter segment.
But I'm gonna miss him.
I know.
Can we bring him back for the bike segment anyway?
Well, hopefully he'll have his training by then.